What's up, party people? Yeah, so we are gonna do a second episode of this new series. So the first one popped off. I've received a lot of good comments on it. So we're here today for a second try, per se. Second try. So, as you all know, I'm your host, the Nerdy Rage. Or the geeky. I think it's geeky. I would say geeky, maybe. I'm pretty much a geek for Warbots. I love this game. It's a really good game. I hate the spending factor. It's probably one of the most hated things, but that's on another video. So today, our subject, quite literally our subject, and I would say physically maybe, I don't know, is a clan member from Fuxu. So his name is Flying, and I'm not gonna say his last word, but his first name is Flying. Now his in-game name is Valor something. So today he has been nothing but gracious in sending us a video for me to, critique critique. So let's start with the critiquing. Alright, so starting off, these modules. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. First for the siren, it's best not to even run a RA module because of its health pool. It's really low, doesn't do anything, doesn't trigger. Just one hit of Sonic and it won't trigger at all. So it's something super careful to be about. These module setups, honestly, I would say are pretty good. Except the Kefries. You gotta run that AC, my guy. Please. You're missing out on so much damage. Remember, guys, my official best setup will be for the Kefri will be NA, AC, and BU. RA is too overhyped in my opinion. It's a mid module. It's too overhyped. And for me, I spent some of my silver for it, and it's just not worth it. On some builds, yes. On the tankies, yeah. But on the Kefris, nah, it's not worth. So, this is a really hybrid lucha as well. So, I'm interested to see how this plays out. Alright. So hopefully you don't link anybody. You're right in the front. You don't wanna be linking anybody. So the reason why I say, guys, not to link anybody is because since you're the front and center, he's the first one, you want to make sure that you get to the beacon first, because it might be the difference between capping it and not capping it. Alright, so it seems he's off by a second. So would you guys have imagined that if he had done the thing that I mentioned in the beginning, that to just only boost himself, he could have got in there a second quicker and he could have got in the beacon. Right now we're 30 seconds in and we don't have that beacon yet, so that is drenching the beacon bar at the moment. Another thing to mention is that you also want to be getting inside that shield. It's super important. You need to start pushing against him. This guy is a little bit too slippery. Now this is worrying. Look at this. When it comes to when you're fighting in game, you need to chase the people who are running away from you. Essentially, you see how these guys are avoiding a confrontation. That's where the losses come in. Your teammates are the ones getting botted, and that's gonna be a problem in the future, for sure. And maybe if it happens, we'll see right now. Anyways, so in cases like this, I try not to actually go for their home because they can get it faster, but I actually try to go back and see if I can catch home. The aim is a little shaky though. Alright, you also want to get out of this Orion. Getting out of Orion's is super important. Need to turn on that ability to get that 70, 70, 70. No, 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 no. So I'm seeing a lot of lack of hitting the ability and timing and the timings of things correctly. That's super important. If you guys want to do maximum damage, remember, timing is everything. Also, I'm gonna pause it real quick. Did y'all do a head count of how many players were right behind him? There's, I think, around 3 or 4, and I saw 2 Revenants. So imagine if he had dropped his Mantis, which I don't think he's gonna do. But we'll watch because he's too far, and even if he does, I think he's too far away at this point. But Flying, try to be more considerate of that if when you know in an area and there's a bunch of people, try to drop that mothership as soon as possible because you're missing out on a ton of damage. Drop the Mantis, drop the Mantis. Like right there, you could have avoided so much damage as well. Because the guy, I don't think he has the shield breaker. Turn on the ability, okay. There's 2 revs. That's good. Alright, so they're focusing the Caffrey, which is a great plan. And you're also going to do that Flying, which is a really great thing, guys. When it comes to the in-game, you need to prioritize who you're going to be focusing. And if there's a tight end battle, it's also important that you guys take out if there's any Kefris linking them, to take them out because they are detrimental to your victory. Now also, on another note, if you guys notice, back here there's this Demeter, and notice how Flying didn't link him. He linked one of these revs. Now, one or two things is gonna happen. Either this Demeter is gonna die by trying to turn on his ability and goes into a bunch of people, and he's gonna die, or he survives and like he's able to absorb so much more damage because he maybe had a healing built in or something. But in my case, I would have stuck with the Demeter, and it seems that they're in a tight end phase as well since there's a minnows, so it's important. That Demeter is more than important to be kept alive at this end of the game. So either something he's gonna pay the price for it right now, but we'll see. Let's check it out. There's the minnows, tight end phase, like I said. There's the Demeter. You see how he died? He wouldn't have died if Flying would have linked him. And it's the same thing, guys. Like I said, it's important to know who you're gonna be linking. It's good that he's taking out he's trying to take out the EMP rev, because those can do a lot of bad things to your robots. So right here, I actually dropped the Mantis. Come on, Flying. Drop the Mantis. Don't be scared of using that Mantis. Don't be scared. Drop the Mantis. Come on. Alright, you dropped the Mantis. I think you can hear me, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. So guys, the important thing about dropping the Mantis as soon as possible is because you're missing out on a percent of the charge rate. Like right here, you could have dropped it and you could be charging another one, like I said. So it's all about, you want to be the most efficient. And I do like how he looks around when he jumps, which is really great. Now there's one Lucha right here. If nobody spawns in against that Lucha, then this Lucha might get... There's 2 Luchas in between, and I'm guessing he's probably going to get sandwiched later. Now right here, I'd actually try to jump and take this guy off the beacon. Oh, turn on your ability. Turned it on. 6 seconds. Mantis. Alright. So there's 2 things. There's 2 options here. one of them can make him last longer, the other one would probably kill him faster. So my option is, what I would do in this scenario with the Lucha is I would actually, instead of just jumping in the air and coming down, I would actually jump up in the air, move a little bit forward, notice how this Lucha is standing still, and actually land right on top of him, and that will only make him be taking damage from this Lucha, which will probably give him a better chance of surviving. And I'm guessing, hopefully, because I did a video on it, he's gonna do my option, and the second option you can just be in the air and then come down, and that's like the simple option. Hopefully he doesn't do that, but we'll see. Oh no, he did the second option, and notice how he died real quickly. Oh, let's see if he times this right. Oh, he timed it perfectly. Now, why am I saying that he timed it perfectly? Is because he activated his teleportation once the guy teleported, which means that once that guy was in his set teleportation, he wouldn't just teleport away from him, but he'd actually be there with him, which is actually such a great timing from him. This is great that he's still shooting because the new weapons are just blowing this Lucha up. Now, a second thing is keep in mind of all the health and how much damage you'll relatively do, because I wouldn't have activated my ability. I would actually focus the Kefri in the back that was on that primary beacon instead of teleporting to Lucha, which was like a rushed decision, I think, on Flying's part. Now, you also right here, you actually want to try to get close to the Lucha, because the Lucha is doing like 20k damage each hit. You can even notice on the bar right here, every time he hits it's like around 20k. Oh no, he's slowing right now. Ooh, and the Lucha did the jump. No, don't shoot at the wall. Shoot at this guy. Keeping in mind, guys, when you're dispensing your ammo, see if you can try to hit anybody at least. Because that's super important. Ooh, this rev is yours. Come on. Do it. He's suppressed. Right here, another thing Flying, is that your timing for the abilities is wrong. You need to make sure you do it in this order. It's first, when you land onto somebody, you take all the damage, and then you wait for your Nebula built-in ability to trigger. That's gonna bounce you all the way back up. Secondly, then that's when you trigger your healing, which will trigger the defense, and then you won't go down easier, and you'll maintain yourself at a high health pool, which is not only important, but it'll keep you alive as well. Also, make sure to keep in mind the range on these weapons. 200. Now, my guess is that I actually wouldn't even chase the Skyers anymore. Look at the beacon bar. You're not gonna make it either way. You're at a 1% difference in between the teams, meaning you'll always have less beacon control. And this Sonic build isn't for damage wise, meaning you won't run through people. So at this point, I would say you actually farm damage, and everybody watching you and be like, Rage, what do you mean? What do you mean farming damage? So the Rev farms damage because if it has no regular defense, it can take a bunch of regular damage like at their base rate. And notice back here, notice how many people there is right now. There's 3. So if Flying could have teleported right into this, I'd actually try, I'd wait to try to teleport into this, and then I'll take a bunch of damage, and then the Nebula would kick in, and it's like 200k easily, a more healing damage, and then the Nebula defense, and then just shooting everybody will get you easily another 1 mil quickly. And that's like a quick tip from me you guys can take into consideration if you guys ever want to end the game with the greater damage. Notice how he has his ability again. I love this. I love the side going to the side. Keeps the Skyros at bay. Also, I don't think he's hitting anything. And there you go. The Skyros is doing its role. It's trolling, and there's no comeback from this. And that's a GG. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what he scored at the end. Alright. So some here the damage is a lot better than the other team, but here's where the other team actually did better than you. For this guy has lower health, he has a lower damage pool, but he actually evidently did a lot more than you. Here's why. It seems that you probably got 2 or 3 milli from healing, which is not that great. In my opinion, healing does not win games. So try to, that's why you see that not only do beacons come into factor, but the amount of kills you got is because you didn't contest them primarily. So in order for you to know who you're going to contest, guys, you need to find out or see the weapon loadouts. Like this guy, he had a Sonic Caffrey, he also had a Caffrey with, he had a Rev with the new shotguns. Anything that you see that considers relatively MK3 stuff that you see is like, oh, how does someone have this? Think about it. They've got to pay, meaning that guy, if he hits one of your teammates and he's not MK3, he's gonna die. So that's one thing you consider flying. Secondly, try to abuse that shield that you have, the Mantis. I can't wait for you to use the Northlight. I truly see that being OP in your hands because you love the Mantis. But remember to always try to spam the Mantis every time you get it, because any bit of charge rate is the difference between, in the new Northlight's around like 300k of more damage. So it's insane just by one person. If there's multiple people right next to you, you can easily multiply that. And thirdly, remember the physics. You could have pushed the Kefri that contested you out for a little bit longer. A second longer, you could have had the beacon, and your beacon bar wouldn't have suffered too much at the beginning. So, that's a GG's in your part. You did play that really well. Just try to contest the people who are going to try to slaughter your random, so they have a better chance of fighting. And, at the end, you didn't have any more because they were all slaughtered. But, and that's how you're going to maintain beacon control without doing anything else, just by contesting those guys that do kill your randoms. But Flying, I hope when you see this, I was a little bit critiquing. It can be taken as the wrong way. I hope you do take this in the best way possible. I only want to see you improve. That's the whole point of this series. And remember, guys, I know all of you, so there is that friendly relationship I have with all of you, so it's really important for you guys to remember that when it comes to these. So anyway, Flying, I hope you can take my advice into work play, when you play. And I can't wait for you to break a new damage record soon. I just know it. I can feel it. And anyways, guys, that's going to be all for today. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully you learned something, Remember, if it doesn't apply to you, if anything that doesn't apply to you that I say right now, apply it another day or just hold on to it. Because you never know. You might need it. Alright, guys. And until then, I'll see you around. How about that? Peace.